Thousands of gallons of precious neon hydrogen were being pumped into our fuel tanks in order for us to go on to Mars.
The way to get rid of things is to do just the opposite of all the things.
Gallons of precious neon hydrogen were being pumped into our fuel tanks in order for us to go on to Mars.
The way to get rid of things is to do just the opposite of all.
Right now I got those white Mick Fanning with DHD fins. Those seem to work the best for me, and maybe it's because like I always try to surf like Mick. Yeah, they work the best.
The way to get rid of things is to do just the opposite of all the things that cause it. Cause it. Cause it.
Pretty much every day, my everyday fin for my shortboard is the MF1. I use the blue one pretty much every day, and then once I come into competition I use the MF1 Proto. It's pretty much the same fin, just a different makeup, a little stiffer, and then when you're pushing in events you sort of probably push a little bit hard with the adrenaline and everything, so sort of gives you a little bit more spring back.
I mean, my main World Tour fin, like for most of the events, is mix fin, just because it's a lot bigger fin, and I find, you know, in World Tour heats that I try and push my surfing a lot, and I need a fin that's going to hold in when I really want to have a go, and this fin holds good. I'll go free surf and I'll use my fin. It has a really nice release out of the lip and can kind of get a little more technical with it, but yeah, the Mick fin is kind of my go-to fin for competition.
I use the most AM tube from America. This is the most fins I've been riding pretty much every single day. They help me to get more drive and then get more loosey on the tails, get more power, and then push my turns to the next level. So that's what I'm looking for here at Trestles.
Here to see Kolohe, Andino, kills it. Local around here, and Petri knows waves better than anybody. So probably gonna kill it, take it out. Hopefully, just send us all home crying, wishing we could all surf better.
Hi, Tyler Calloway.
I'm really excited to like surf out here, like watching all the pros, like Kelly, Owen, all of them. They're really sick. They shred out here.
Here at the Hurley Pro, here excited to see Kolohe and Connor Coffin.
Hey, we're here to see Kolohe and Julian Wilson. I'm here to see Julian Wilson because he's the hottest and he's Australian.
Julian Wilson or Gabriel Medina, because younger guys, really good at airs, got Trestles, air spot.
Hi, we are from Bucas, Spain.
She decided to go this
We are here for what? Gabriel to be the win this contest.
Gabriel Medina! Valeu!
Down here, I'm here to support Kolohe, primarily, and Julian, and Taj, and we have some boards under Adriano's feet that are going really well. Just really excited. From the FCS point of view, we did boards for the clinic, for the demo down here, and we're working on Kolohe's new fins, and we're really excited about the upcoming innovations with the fin boxes and new plugs.
How's it going, guys? I'm Matt with FCS. We're here at Lowers at the Hurley Pro. We're just doing a board demo here today and every day that the event's running. We got all of our fins here, as well as a bunch of boards from Hurley, Stacy, Cole, and Lost, where you can come down, grab a board, grab a set of fins, and take the board out. Even if you brought your own board and you got FCS on there, and you just want to have a different feel, grab a different set of fins, ride a few waves, come back in, and then yeah, tell us what you think.
What's up? I'm Christian Menace, and I used the UL 3 FCS, and they were killer and light and good for a mushy day like today.
I just borrowed a 510, had the GAM PCs on, caught a couple of pretty fun waves, out enjoying the day, having a good time. You know, caught pretty sharp, responsive, you know, easy cutback turns, just yeah, a lot of fun, just right.
I used the Mayhem fins, came around the turn, slipped right into it, carved real good. I just had the 3 set up on there, smooth.
So when choosing a fin, the best place to start is with your size or your weight category. So you need to find a fin that's suited to your weight. If you're a small guy and you're riding a big fin, it's going to be hard to turn. So generally fins are categorized from extra small up to extra large, and they cater for weight ranges ranging from really light surfers all the way up to heavy surfers. Second thing you want to do is choose a template that's going to give you the performance you want. So an upright template will give you more pivoting performance. A template that's leaning over or has more sweep will draw out your turn and give you a longer line. From there you can fine-tune the performance of your board by testing different materials and also different foils. The difference between a highly flexible fin and say a stiff fin, a stiff fin is going to give you immediate response, but it's a little harder to control, whereas a flexible fin is a little bit more forgiving and is better for, say, the average surfer. It'll give you a hand when you're transitioning from turn to turn. It'll make that transition a little smoother and a little easier. There's a range of different materials that we have for our fins in the FCS range, ranging from composite all the way through to sort of high-tech injection molded fins. And the difference between all these different materials is that they affect the flex. They have different memories and also different stiffnesses. So what you can really do when you're looking at all these different materials is fine-tune your board for the waves that you're riding, and you can achieve a different feeling with each different material.
So if you're starting from scratch and you're going, what kind of fin should I ride in this board? First thing is to look at the size chart for yourself and see kind of where you fit. And then what I say is, like, the wider the tail and the more concave there is in the tail, the bigger the fin you need, because that tail is going to be riding high in the water with all that concave and with a wide tail. So you need a big fin to lean on, because there's not going to be much of the tail actually in the water when you're turning to push against, so it's all going to go into the fin. So get a big fin to make that behave. The opposite's true of a board with a lot of V and a real narrow tail. It can be a little sluggish sometimes and roll from rail to rail. If you want to liven it up and give it a little more life, you can go with a smaller fin and a more flexible fin. the best way to change the way a board performs is by changing the fin. The board's glass, you can't change the hull of the board, but you can change the fin and that will dramatically affect the performance. The way I tell people to really experience that the best is to ride a few waves with a set of fins that are in the board and then to change them and go right back out in the surf. And that's when you really feel the difference the most. What's the difference of what do I look for in the flex of a fin? Why do I need a more flexible fin? The flex in a fin is kind of like the suspension on a race car. Like, you notice that race teams will tune the suspension of a car for the track and the condition of the track and the weight of the car, and that's all how the car will perform at speed through turns. Well, the flex of a fin does a similar thing for the surfer and the board, in that as you push into a turn, the fin will actually give a little bit, and how much it gives and how quickly it snaps back affects the radius of the turn and how you fling out of it, the speed you get coming out of it. So a more flexible fin will be forgiving, but it won't give you as much spring out of the back of a turn, out of the second half of a turn. You know, a stiffer fin will give you an immediate feel of drive quicker, but it's more likely to hang up or stick a little bit when you go high on the wave, especially on a longer board. The stiffer fin tends to lock the rail into one track, and if you're high on a bumpy wave and you're trying to come back down, it cannot let the rail find its own way through bumps. Where a flexible fin will kind of let the rail find its own way and not catch on the way down. One of the most common misconceptions with fins is that bigger fins are always harder to turn and smaller fins are always easier to turn. In the front of a thruster or a quad, a bigger fin can actually loosen the board up. It's kind of like big wings on a cargo jet versus little wings on a fighter jet. In terms of a fin's like a wing, it creates lift, and the bigger fin actually gives you more lift, which in the front position of a board makes the board turn quicker rail to rail and more authoritatively. You know, if you want to loosen your board up, the quickest way to do that is to go with smaller rear fins, whether it's a thruster or a quad. That'll loosen the tail up quite a bit. But if you go with too small of a front fin trying to loosen your board up, you can lose drive and it can actually be a little bit harder to turn.